Hapana is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of Shorts with Liz Clark.
Hello. Today's episode is a little different, and instead of our usual guest interview, I'm joined today by HFA's COO, Brandon Partridge, and Chief of Staff, Mike Goscinski, to give you a preview of what's coming up at the HFA Show. This year's theme is Stronger Together, and it couldn't be more fitting. The fitness industry is stronger than ever, and we're even stronger when we come together to drive meaningful initiatives, build partnerships that fuel growth, and advocate for policies that support and protect our industry. Today, we'll highlight what's new at the show, what you won't want to miss, and what makes this year's event especially exciting for our global health and fitness community. Let's dive in. So first of all, welcome, Brandon.
Thank you.
I'm excited to welcome Brandon here, our new COO, as I mentioned, to this podcast. Brandon joined HFA at the end of October and oversees our membership, events, and business development team. So again, welcome, Brandon. Thanks for joining this crazy circus.
Thank you.
This is our 45th annual show and our 10th time returning to sunny San Diego, which tends to be one of our most favored locations with attendees. Let's first start by discussing who we can expect to attend the show this year.
Well, first, I'm glad I'm going to be attending. As you said, this is my first time. I'll be one of over 10,000 attendees coming from over 50 countries. And I think a few key data points about our attendees are that 82% make or influence final purchase decisions. So for our exhibitors and people within the industry, it's a very high quality audience. In terms of the types of operators and people who will be there, 62% operate more than one facility, and 9% operate more than 50 locations. So I think you can see across our attendees, you're getting the base of the industry, the broad middle, and obviously all the key influencers and decision makers from the highest, largest scale operators in the industry. So from the C-suite, fitness professionals, international federation leaders, investors, owners, operators of all sizes, it's a very high quality group, and we're very excited about it.
Yeah, I think you're going to love it. I love it every year. It charges me up for the whole year.
Yeah.
So we know that we have the largest U.S.-based convention and trade show in the industry, as we just discussed. Can you give us a little bit of the idea of maybe the size and scale of the trade show floor specifically?
Yeah, exactly. We expect to have 400 exhibitors this year, and we expect the trade show floor to be completely sold out. We'll have 170,000 square feet of exhibit space, and that's up from 150,000 last year. So you can see this healthy industry is served by a vital, healthy trade show as well, exhibiting a full range of products and services that all of our attendees are interested in.
Awesome. Are we bringing pickleball back this year?
Pickleball is back. By popular demand, we will have a full court on the trade show floor, equipment provided, and a tournament over the course of the 2 days. So for people interested in pickleball and for mixing a little fun in with their business, they should find the court on the trade show floor and figure out how to be part of that.
I want to find the court and be a part of it. So that's on my diary, if you will. So we're also always trying to add like new innovative things to the show, so the experience doesn't get stale. Can we talk a little bit about what's going to be new this year on that?
Yeah, and in fact, this year, part of what's new with the show is what's new to the industry. We're introducing an innovation alley where 16 companies who are less than 2 years old, who are introducing sort of exciting, entrepreneurial, disruptive products and services into the industry will be able to exhibit and present themselves to the industry, and people can really get a feel for kind of what's coming at them. There will also be a pitch fest with the participants in Innovation Alley where they'll be able to sort of pitch their product or service. This will be in the member center, and there'll actually be an audience vote to select a winner. So when people are on the trade show floor or in San Diego, they should look for information about that because that's something not to be missed. We'll also be debuting a new product zone. So obviously the trade show floor is like a huge presence of new products and services, but suppliers and exhibitors that want to draw special attention to new things they're bringing will have that prominently positioned on the floor. It'll be like a way to sort of shop the most sort of exciting and emerging products that will be there. And we'll also have the demo stage where suppliers will be able to lead exercise classes, do cutting edge education sessions, and just sort of engage in sort of a live manner with attendees at the show. So, I mean, a lot of different things that will contribute sort of energy and also attention on sort of what's new and coming across the industry.
I love it. And of course, you know, none of it's possible without A lot of generous sponsors, right?
Yes, that's right. We'll have over 40 sponsors who are sort of huge, really important contributors to what we're able to do with the show and for the industry. Everything from rest and recovery, equipment, technology platforms, healthcare, biometrics, consulting, the full sort of spectrum of suppliers across the industry are really stepping up to support the show and sort of put their best foot forward to sort of engage with our audience. Also on Monday, March 16th at 3:30, there'll be 8 supplier-led education sessions across a range of very interesting topics. So I encourage people to take full advantage of that as well.
I know there's almost so much going on. It's hard to choose, honestly, which is a great problem to have.
That is correct.
One of the
That's
things
right.
that makes this show so much fun. One of the things I'm probably most excited about are our keynotes that are going to be speaking. So I've already had 2 of them on this podcast, and another one that I'll have interviewing later this week. So I've been so impressed by their inspiring stories, their lives, how much wisdom and insight that I expected to get. Jesse Itzler's bringing a DJ with him. It's going to be so fun. So I know you've actually worked with a couple of these keynotes in years past and in your life before fitness here with us. Can you tell us a little bit more about maybe what we can expect from some of these keynotes?
I'm also very excited about the keynotes. I think, many of us go to trade shows and events in our business lives, and I think the keynote speakers are often the memories that we take back because it really sort of kind of makes an impression on us. And I'm excited about the 3 people that we're bringing for our keynote speakers this year. Erica Dewan, who will be kicking us off on Monday. I actually saw her speak at an event about a year ago. She's going to be speaking on building high-performing teams in the era of AI, which I can't think of a more relevant topic for this or any industry at this time. Jesse Itzler, who you mentioned, will be joining us on day 2 to talk about his journey of entrepreneurship. He's the only one I haven't seen, but he has a great reputation. I'm looking very forward to seeing
Well, and I'm just going to jump in. Jesse's also celebrating my anniversary with me, and then Mike Goscinski's birthday. That's all happening on the same day. So,
I can't wait.
You can't miss that.
And then actually, I'm really excited about on day 3, we're going to close out with Apollo Ono. This month in February, we are going to be having the Winter Olympics in Italy. And so I'm excited that an 8-time Winter Olympic medalist representing the U.S. will be joining us with his message. I actually did see him also last fall at a conference, and he was exceptional. He's very inspiring, has an amazing story, and I think will be very relevant to our audience as well. So I think these are all set to be real highlights of the show.
I love it. I love it. Well, thanks so much, Brandon, for being here, for being our new COO, and for what's going to be just an incredible show. I'm really excited for you to come to San Diego with us.
Thanks. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm happy to welcome my Chief of Staff, Mike Goscinski. We're going to talk a little bit more about the programming going on at the conference in San Diego and some of the other exciting special sessions that are going on. One of my absolute favorite parts of the HFA show is our new Hall of Fame ceremony. This will be our 2nd annual, and this year it's even bigger and better. So let's talk through a little bit of the ceremony, Mike, and the inductees, and ultimately how it's going to support the HFA Foundation.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame ceremony is definitely turning into a must-attend event at the HFA show. So this year, we're bringing in industry legends and titans, including folks like Gail Landers and Joe Cerulli. We're also inducting Jack and Elaine Lalaine, and it's Lala's 100th birthday. So we're super excited that we'll get to celebrate that with her at the conclusion of the Hall of Fame. We'll go right into her 100th birthday party, which is going to be incredible. But we're also bringing in titans like Philip Mills and Beth Eschbach, Chuck Runyon, and Dave Mortensen. So it's a star-studded cast this year that we're very excited about. To your point, it is all in proceeds go to supporting the HFA Foundation, which is our 501c arm of the organization that allows us to conduct research, give back through philanthropy. And it's a really great event and a good cause. So
yeah. And tax deductible for anybody
yes.
wishing to attend. And one of the cool things that the foundation is doing, you'll hear more about it, is giving out now scholarships to people within the industry that have new innovative ideas and bringing just more innovative thinking to fitness on the front lines.
Yeah, I'm just really excited because you brought this into the show last year for the first time, and it was a huge success then. We're getting ready for an even bigger one this year, and it's turning into one of those events that really kicks off and sets the tone for the entire week in San Diego.
I agree. So awesome, Mike. Obviously, it's a busy week, so much going on. What are some other maybe special sessions and things that people should look to attend or keep their eyes out for?
Another great session this year is going to be the Women's Leadership Summit that takes place every year at the HFA show, but this year it's going to be bigger and better. Our own Pam Kafala is going to be leading a panel discussion on investment into female-owned businesses, but we're also going to be talking about women's health, technology, that investment, and it's really going to be a great topic and a great coverage for folks to check out.
And what about the financial panel?
Yes. Unfortunately, as we all know, we sadly lost Rick Caro this year, but we are moving ahead in his honor with the 29th financial panel, as I'm sure he would love us to do and want us to be focused on. So we're passing the baton, so to speak, and we've made the decision that the financial panel each year will be led by the HFA board chairman so that we can continue in Rick's honor to bring that key information on investments into the industry to the HFA show. So this year we have 5 great investors that will be on stage with Lou Carlson, our HFA board chair, that will really be a highlight of this year's show to talk about all the great capital investment that's coming into the industry.
Yeah, and I think it's a small nuance, but we're going to actually name this panel after Rick Caro for perpetuity, because I think that he certainly earned that.
Yes,
in his time.
28 sessions, 28 years of leading this incredible, what I see is almost a fourth keynote of the show, and now I'm really happy that we get to continue it on in his honor.
Yeah. Switching course a little bit, about 35% of our attendees are from the international community. So can you speak a little bit to what's going to be going on specifically for our international guests?
We have some exciting content this year for international attendees. We'll have 5 international forums for our attendees from Canada, the EMEA region, the APAC region, Latin America, and Brazil. Following the forums and education sessions, we'll also have a great reception for all of our international attendees to be able to network and get to know one another, which as we know, networking at these events is almost the number one reason people come. But what I'm really most excited about as well is that all of our education sessions this year will be live translated via Wordly into 80 different languages. So regardless of where folks are coming from around the globe, they'll be able to tune in and take part in all of the education that we have to offer.
Yeah, it's a pretty incredible service and really a game changer for big events like this. So a lot going on in San Diego, of course, but also, Mike, research and advocacy obviously falls under you and your responsibilities. And what can you talk a little bit about what's going on with research and advocacy specific to the programming of what we're going to be doing in San Diego?
Yeah, last year when we were in Las Vegas, it was the first time that we actually had a research and advocacy track built into our educated programming, and we're carrying that to San Diego as well. So what you'll see is actually a lot of the work that we're focused on in the advocacy space will be trickled in throughout a lot of the education programming, and we'll be highlighting a lot of the research that we're also conducting on behalf of the industry. So for those who have been keeping up with our new Fit Tracker, we have GLP-1 research that's being done. We have our fiber report. All of that will be sprinkled in through sessions, and it's going to paint a big, robust picture about not only the work that HFA is doing on behalf of the industry, driving these reports and driving the advocacy to move the industry forward, but it's going to bring in a lot of the educational aspects of what folks need to know in real time that actually applies to their business, that they can take back with them and understand and paint the full picture of why we do the work we do and how it impacts their businesses back in.
So we're also hosting the second Global Advocacy Summit. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, selfishly, this is probably my favorite part of the education programming. So we started this last year in Las Vegas, where we brought our federation partners all together in one room to talk about the work that we do in the advocacy space, right? Driving the industry towards the healthcare continuum, driving to make sure that everybody understands the physical and mental health benefits of physical activity, and that we are globally speaking from the same hymnal about the work that this industry does to make the public more healthy. And so we're continuing that effort here in San Diego this year, and we'll be having 2 different panel sessions followed by a roundtable discussion. It'll focus on the GLP-1 research that I mentioned earlier, that we're really trying to pin down and be able to show and prove to policymakers the economic benefit when they decide to pay for the GLP-1 pharmaceutical interventions versus paying for that, coupled with paying and assisting in aiding folks to get physically active. And so we'll have the proof, the data points there. We'll come together in San Diego to talk about not only the research that we have, but how we can apply it in real time and how federations around the globe can be speaking together to make sure that policymakers everywhere understand the power of this industry.
Yeah, and we've got more federations than we've ever had, really representing the entire world. It's going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
So can you share a little bit about how we're weaving sort of our internal initiatives into the overall conference experience and maybe some of the partner organizations that we're working on to deliver all of it?
Yeah, I'm really excited about the way we're thinking about our partnerships now at HFA, and we're bringing them into the education as well. So this year, you'll be hearing from folks like the American Cancer Society and the Alzheimer's Association in ways that HFA is partnering with them to deliver real value to the industry. For instance, with the American Cancer Society, many don't realize the large percentage of cancers that are avoidable due to physical activity. So we are partnering with the American Cancer Society to not only get that messaging out, build toolkits for the industry that they can put out into their clubs across the country so that the consumer base understands and that gives a new reason of why to stay physically active. But then we're also, through the HFA Foundation, awarding scholarships through this partnership for clubs to get their personal trainers certified in oncology-based programming so that they can be able to talk to those customers that are not only, maybe looking to prevent cancers, but maybe experience cancers going through treatment or in post-treatment, and they'll have the certifications to do so.
It's incredible. So you mentioned a little bit about the research and advocacy track. Can you wrap us up on maybe any final notes on what to expect from this year's education?
Yeah, the last thing that I would just mention is for those of you who are thinking about bringing personal trainers or your trainers to the show, we are offering a wide array of continuing education credits with a lot of our different accrediting body partners. So check out the list on the website, find out what credits will be offered, because it's a great opportunity to not only come from the buyer perspective that I know Brandon talked about, but from bringing your entire team to experience the show, check out on the show floor. Selfishly, I've always thought if you're walking around on the show floor with the people who are training your members, they're going to tell you what equipment they want in the club. They're going to tell you what your members are going to want. It's going to be a really great opportunity to bring in your whole team and experience what's new and fresh for the industry. Another great partnership that we're launching is with the Alzheimer's Association. They're going to be presenting on their U.S. Pointer study this year that actually links physical activity to a reduced risk of dementia and different other brain health impacts that can all be completely avoided by simply working out and getting physically active. So that's another really exciting session to pay attention to.
Yeah, totally incredible. Well, thank you so much, Mike and Brandon, for joining today on the podcast. We are so excited to welcome you all to San Diego. You can see we've got a lot in store. We're working really hard, and we're working really hard on everything that we do throughout the whole year to make sure that this is a good takeaway for anybody investing to come to San Diego. So we can't wait to see you there, March 15 to 18, and see you soon.
Hapana is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of Shorts with Liz Clark.